Hello, what's up guys? Your boy DTRU is here and welcome to another Lord of Nazarick video. And today video guys, we are gonna giving you 3 teams for the SABRE Wolf who came out yesterday actually. We usually say today, but since I was so busy yesterday. So basically we are gonna give you 3 easy teams that we can get a good score on. The best one, the second one, and a full SR one that you can just get your 10k score. So I hope that you enjoy the video and let's begin. So basically I'm gonna go and start with our first team that I was able to get 100.8k, but as you can see you can get a lot more. I've seen people with 150, 160, I've even seen people with 180k score, they got to 180, like this is the best that I saw. But in here the best one is 148, and for that to happen, you sadly, like the usual, since Zeshi came out, her being 6 stars is the key for you to get this high 150k plus scores that you can actually get. And since sadly we have her no 6-6 anywhere, it's hard to show, but hopefully we will be able to 6-6 her soon, so we can show you how much score she can do with it being 6-6. But now the ultimate, like the alternative team that you can use if you don't happen to have a 6-6 Zeshi, but you happen to have a 6-6 Hamsuke, you can be using a team like this, and a team like this is the team that got me the 100.8. And as you can see, there's a lot of different, like from 1.8 to 1.80 or 60 or 70, but people who got these scores are whales, like they have everything maxed out. Of course, Zeshi is the most important one to be 6-6 and maxed out, and that will help you a lot getting it. But since we don't have one, we gotta be showing this team. So we're gonna be using Alchemy on our Hamsuke because he has his 6-6, so we don't have to worry about defense or whatever. Wanna give some attack to our like Shalatir and our More, our victim. And his Arclight as well, the same, and all of them is gonna be Termination with their Arclights as well. You wanna put this one right here because we are gonna be killing a lot of wolves right here. So we want each time we kill them we get more negative burst, so that is so much better. The death celebration, then the mages one, because you need mages, is gonna give you more attack for the mages, 24%. And here, because they are all rangers and warriors, you will deal more damage to them. So this is the buffs that you want for the supreme being, and this is the team that you want. And this is the team that we are gonna be showing first, sadly because we don't have Zeshi. There is multiple of options we can use, and I'm gonna be showing it at the last of the video. So let's go and start with the first one. There is a lot of option you can use here, a lot of scores you can get, but the key here is Zeshi 6 stars and Idol to be present as well. It's not only 6 stars Zeshi, 6 stars Zeshi is really good and can help you a lot, but what you really want and really important in here is also Shalatir. Because as you can see, Shalatir, each time we kill all the wolves, she's gonna be doing her heartbeat hacks, and our crit damage in the buff is bigger. So if she also keep critting, which she is not doing right now, but if you're lucky and she crits some of these attacks that she's doing, she's gonna be dealing a lot of damage, especially in the beginning. Because she deals a lot of damage, it starts going down a bit by bit. But at the beginning, she's gonna be dealing a lot of damage with like this, as you can see, from 22 to 42. That's how much damage difference between a non-crit and a crit as well. That's why RNG is so big in here, and it's really important for your score. So it requires Zeshi 6 stars, an Idol, and luck to get this 160 plus K score that the people are getting. So it requires maybe a lot of attempts, some of attempts, so you can try and get that. But for the team that we have right here, there's no 6 star Zeshi, but we have an Idol, we have a 6 star Hamsuke. So Hamsuke is gonna protect us from dying, because this team can die if you don't have a 6 star Hamsuke. This is the problem. He can be one-shotted, as you can see, like the usual. He's gonna go and you're gonna play with only 3. I tried it with multiple choices, but this team doesn't work well if it doesn't have a 6 star Hamsuke to keep your team alive and not get one-shotted by this wolf right here. So sadly, acquiring 6 stars characters is necessary for this high big scores that you're looking for, but it's not required for people who just want their rewards. Like they want to compete just a little bit for fun, and they also want the rewards, which is the most important, and try to get as high a score as you can get. There is variety of options you can do, but there's no way that you can exceed 80k or 90k. Like even 70k is hard to get sometimes, depends on RNG. So between 70 to 80 is the max you can get without Idol Shelter in your team. So that's why Idol Shelter is really important. And if you want to try other teams that doesn't have 6 stars, that's also gonna be lowering a lot of your score. The only way to get a high and decent score is by RNG, by having a 6 stars Hamiske, 6 stars Zeshi, sadly, having a high invested characters on your team or your account. It's really required. And as you can see, the RNG, because she's not critting as she was before when I used her first, as you can see the difference in the score is big. Like from 1.8k to actually not even close to 90. You can see there is 18k missing from that score just because of RNG. So you get my idea. The whole thing is about RNG. The whole thing is about what happens, the crits and all that. But in this team you can get the 1.8. This is the team that I used to get the 1.8. So make sure to be using it. If you don't have a victim and you happen to have a 5-6 at least Zeshi, not a 6-6, you can use her instead and it can still get you like 75k or 80k, depends on RNG also. And we're gonna be showing most of priority options later on. For now, let me continue with the teams and then we go with these options. So now we are gonna be removing all of them so we can be using the other team. So now, for people who by any chance doesn't have Hamsuke at all, or Zeshi at all, or even 6 stars or whatever, this team is like perfectly for the people who doesn't have them. For any god knows reasons you guys did summon for them, I prepare the team that you can do it with old characters and you can get at least 60 or 70k. So you can be using this team right here and you use the old Hamsuke, but it has to be 6-6. Where is he? Here he is. Here she is, sorry. So basically you can use this team. This team we used a lot before and I wanted to revive it and show it to you guys just in case people doesn't know about it and didn't seen it before. We're gonna be using Termination on both Mare and Albedo, and then also Alchemy on both of them with all of their Oclats, of course. We don't have his Hamsuke Oclat. He doesn't have it. I don't know why. But we're using anything. If you use her Oclat, it's even much better. But sadly, he doesn't have it for some reason, so we're not gonna be using it. We're gonna keep the same Supreme Being things, and then we wanna put Hamsuke as the captain. And this team is gonna be our second team that can get you at least like the highest score of what I tested so far without Idol Shelatier as well. So for people who doesn't have the old that's new Hamsuke, doesn't have Zeshi, doesn't have you know Idol Shelatier, whatever, this team is gonna be here for you. So no Idol Shelatier, no Hamsuke, no Zeshi. This is this is the team for you. Because I got a lot of comments in my comment section. A lot of people keep telling me we don't have Zeshi, we don't have Hamsuke, like why you're showing us Hamsuke, we don't have it. I don't know why you guys not summoning for him. Like it really doesn't make any sense. He's an amazing character and we all advised you to summon for, but whatever. And a lot of people have him but not 6-6, so he doesn't but he's still better than Shelatier in here. If you have him, doesn't matter 6-6 or no, you can keep using it and it will work. And Zeshi, a lot of people, myself also doesn't have her 6 stars because it requires a lot of gems and the game was giving a back-to-back banners, so it wasn't so easy to actually go and try to get, you know, her to 6-6. But No, it's all good. You don't have them, you still can compete a little bit, try to get a good score. We can get up to 50k or even less because RNG now is really not on our sides. When I was off recording, I got the best scores, but now when we're recording, of course the game doesn't want to give us any good scores. It always trolls us on recording, but it's all good. Our point is to show the teams, not actually the scores they at the maximum get. We already know what the maximum they can get with, but we just want to show the teams how they play and what you need to do with them and how they can actually get you a score. But getting the actual good score dependable a lot on the RNG, how much damage you're doing, how much they're critting, how much wolves we are killing, all of that. All of that counts there. But I think we are getting 40k here, like we got 70k the last time, but now it's 50k, so it's like also 20k difference. So this crits really gets you 20k, 18k like in the last team. It gives you a lot of goddamn score. This crits gives a lot of scores. But basically without idol, this is the best that you can get. Between 40 to 70, this is the maximum, and also 60 if you have less stars on them. So basically this is the second team. Now I'm gonna give you an SR teams, and then we're gonna give you some variety of options that you can use that can also get you scores. We're not gonna be showing them, but I'm gonna be putting them in here and giving you some ideas. So basically for the SR team, you want Nigun as usual because he is the best that can heal, it can survive, and also you want to use this guy because he can shield you, and he can. He's like I really like him, especially if you by any chance have him 6/6. He's gonna give you a high shield as well, which is gonna be so cool to have. And we gotta use this guy as well. I love his damage. He uses good amount of damage. You can also be using Peter. You can also be using Tina or whatever or Tia. But I used this team and it worked. And then at the last, you can either use Peter or you want to go and use Hamiske, for example. You can use Hamiske as well in here just to clear some of them. Or you can also use Alibedo right here. Let's actually use Alibedo in here. The SR one, but you can turn her into SSR. So basically, we are gonna be using this team right here. We're gonna be using alchemy on him. We're gonna be using termination on him. You can also be using stars. It also works because he sometimes do some assist. And we are gonna be using alchemy here also, so double alchemy to do more damage and be a little bit tanky. And we're gonna be using this team right here. We have none of their arclights, so as you can see, I'm using non-arclights. So with their arclights, it's even better. So keep that in mind. But without their arclights, it's also usable because I'm actually using them without their arclights. But as an alternative, I'm using 6 stars arclights, so keep that in mind as well. So now what you want is to actually ulti with everybody and keep it like this, like everything, like every team we've been doing. So this team cannot clear wolves a lot, so they're gonna stay alive, the wolves. We cannot be able to clear them a lot, but we are gonna try to do what we can. But we cannot sadly clear them, so he's gonna go and do his single attack. Sometimes you can clear them, as you can see, but it also depends on RNG. Like I tried for a couple of times and it was so hard to clear wolves, and you actually go and single target my Nigun and kill him, but you still get the 10k, so it doesn't matter. But this one is a lucky one, so if you get a lucky one like I did right here, they actually clear the wave by some miracle and they don't actually die, and you can actually get more than 10k. Like usually it get 10k and then it dies, but in here it can actually they survived because we cleared wolves, so we are gonna actually get more than 10k. We can actually get 20 if I'm not mistaken, if they don't die. I mean, they don't die because Nigun heals a lot for lowers enemies, and this tank also shield us for a little bit. So And also Nigun gives shields, so it's double shields as you can see, heals, and a lot of stuff to actually help us stay alive. Yeah, we're actually getting even more than 20k because we still have time to get to the 40 rounds. You can see the shields, all of the shields because of Nigun and the tank as well. And if you have a tank Arclight, this Crocodile Arclight, it's actually even better because the shield is gonna be more than this. And also Nigun is gonna give a lot more health and a lot of stuff. So we actually got a 22k, and if you got their Arclights, you could get even more. I'm pretty sure you can. So this is the SR teams for you guys. And now let's go and show you some variety of options. So there's a lot of people who doesn't have some stuff and they have some stuff. So you can use a team like this, for example, if your team are dying, because we can't use, if you don't have him 6-6, sorry, if you don't have Hamisk 6-6, you can go with the double tank, Shalatir, and Mari. This team is gonna keep them alive because she's gonna be shielding them when they actually gotta die a little bit. She's gonna give us some supplies, some attack, some damage for our Shalatir to deal good amount of score, and he's gonna be tanking us as well. So they're gonna be tanking us. He's gonna be healing us, and she's gonna be doing decent damage. They can survive, depends on RNG, and this actually is not a bad team. It can also get you about like a 70k, 80k score. You can be using it, and also you can be using something like this. You can be using a Hamisk 6 stars or not, it doesn't matter. You can use Victim, and you can also use Solution alongside them. Solution is gonna keep him alive when he dies the first time, so he's not gonna explode. And when you kill one dog, you're gonna revive him again, so he's gonna have a second chance to revive, and you can be dealing some damage, and you can be using Mari right here. You can remove him and use even Idol in here if you have Idol, and she can help them survive a little bit and deal a little bit of decent score. So it can actually happen and works. She is good and she can be usable because she have double EOE as well, and she can keep an ally alive if in case he died, and killing only one wolf is gonna bring them back to life. So you can be actually using that. You can even, I'm not even joking, use Penison if you have her like 5 stars and above for any goddamn I don't know why you did it like Hazy did, but you can be having her and she can actually do a good score. And you can also be using for example especially if she's 5 stars or 6 stars, but 5 stars also can be used in here, and you can be using Hamisk with her 6 stars or not, it doesn't matter. And you can also be using Mori right here, and I'm not even joking, you can even use Solution which was done. You can use Clementine, get some buffs, especially if she's 6-6, also can have a good score. So all of this team can be used, depends on how you want to play it and how you think about it. You can even go this team right here, and you can go with 6 stars actually if you have a 6 stars, and Lamare and also Idol. This team can be used right here, it can get a good store. So this is basically most of the options that I can give you that you can try and see how much scores they can get if you have them invested and all of that. And this is the 3 teams that we give that you can actually get a good buff in them. And before we go, we didn't explain the buff of the bonus rounds. Every time we have a buffs, for each buffs, an ally has their crit damage increases by 20% up to 150%. So this is why critting is everything in this monster hunt, and this is where all the RNG comes from. So this is basically it for the video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it and I hope that it helps. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Your boy DTRU was with you guys. Peace.